I canceled my niece's birthday party and threw one for my daughter instead. My brother and I used to be pretty close, but his wife Stephanie has always been kind of a nightmare. We try to keep things peaceful for the kids though. I have a daughter named Lily, who's 9, and my brother's daughter Becca just turned 10. Lily is obsessed with making slime. For her birthday back in September, I got her this massive slime making kit with every supply you could imagine. It was like $200 total, but she'd been asking for it since summer. When she opened it, she literally screamed and hugged me for like 5 minutes straight. She's been making slime every weekend since, stores them all in labeled containers on her desk, shows me every single one she makes. Now here's the thing about my brother and Stephanie. They're completely broke. I'm constantly covering their electric bill or groceries or car payments. Becca's birthday was coming up in 2 weeks, and I knew they couldn't afford to do anything special. So last month I told them I'd pay for Becca's party at this trampoline park place. The whole package with food, decorations, arcade credits, everything. It was gonna be like $600. I'd already put down the deposit. So this past Saturday, Stephanie asks if she can drop Becca off at our place for a few hours. I say sure. They show up around 10 a.m. and Stephanie immediately leaves. Becca asks Lily if they can go up to her room and play. Lily gets all excited and asks if they can make slime together. I say, yeah, just clean up any mess you make. They run upstairs and I go back to doing dishes. Maybe 20 minutes later, I hear Lily start screaming. Not like playing around screaming, like something is seriously wrong. I drop the plate in my hands and run upstairs. When I get to Lily's room, I see every single one of her slime containers dumped out and mixed together on her carpet. There's glitter and foam beads and slime smeared everywhere. All over her rug, all over her desk, all over her bookshelf. Months of work just destroyed. Lily is standing in the corner, sobbing, and Becca is in the middle of the room, literally laughing while stomping on the mixed up slime, grinding it into the carpet. I ask Becca what the hell she's doing. She stops and looks at me and says, "It's just slime. I wanted to see what would happen if I mixed them all together. Plus, Lily's slimes were ugly anyway." I tell her to get out of the room right now. She rolls her eyes and walks past me. I look at Lily, who's now sitting on her bed trying to scrape slime off one of her books, crying so hard she's shaking. She keeps saying, "I can't fix it. I can't separate them back." I call Stephanie and tell her to come back immediately. She shows up like 40 minutes later, and I walk her upstairs to show her what Becca did. The room looks like a crime scene. Stephanie looks around and goes, "Well, why did you let them play with messy stuff unsupervised? This is on you. Becca's just a kid. Kids make messes." I tell her that Becca destroyed months of Lily's work on purpose. I say I want an apology and I want her to pay to replace the supplies and clean the carpet. Stephanie actually laughs and says, "I'm not paying for that. I don't have that kind of money and you know it. Also, it's just slime. You can make more. Lily needs to learn to share anyway." I look over at Lily, who's sitting on the floor trying to put slime back into empty containers, and it's just smearing everywhere. She's still crying and she whispers, "I worked so hard on these, my heart just shatters." So I pull out my phone, call the trampoline park right there in front of Stephanie, and tell them I need to move my reservation from Becca's date to next month for my daughter instead. They say no problem. I hang up and look at Stephanie. I say, "Lily's party is in 4 weeks now. Same venue, same package, same everything. Becca's not invited." Becca starts screaming from the hallway that it's not fair and that I'm stealing her party. I say, "Nope, you destroyed Lily's stuff. She gets your party now." Stephanie is yelling at me, calling me a spiteful witch and saying I'm punishing a child for a mistake. I open my front door and say, "Okay, cool, leave." She grabs Becca and storms out. Before she gets in her car, she turns around and screams that I just ruined her daughter's birthday and that Becca's going to remember this forever.